How's it everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Sanctum Gamer here, and it's been about a week since we last released a video. It might even be 2 weeks, I can't even remember. I've been unwell, so I've not been able to get things done, and as a result I might sound a little bit nasally, a little bit sniffly. If I do apologize. I'll try and edit most of that out during the editing process. An interesting thing about this video is I'm actually doing the intro after I've already started the recording, and that's because my sound got messed up in the build process that I did. My microphone was set to like super high, so it was sounding all weird and whinny. I don't know how to explain it, but it basically wasn't sounding good. But anyways, I thought I'll redo the intro just so that we get a nice crisp sound, and then we'll get into the building, and then I will recap what it is that we built. Looking at the city, as you can see, we've got a bunch of stuff happening. So everything just upgraded, and we've got a ton of things getting abandoned. And that is because I've got myself a brand new mod. It's the land value overhaul mod. And the whole idea behind this mod is that it recalculates the land value in the region just to make it a little bit more accurate. There's a whole bunch of stuff in the description of that mod. Go check it out. That explains why it is that this high rent issue continues to persist, and very few people can seem to get it correct unless you go ahead and go and upzone a whole bunch of places. Now, according to the author of the mod, when that mod gets installed for the first time, a whole bunch of places are going to upgrade, the land value is going to change, so it is not abnormal to see a whole bunch of abandonment happening. And that is what you've seen across the city right now, is all those upgrades is the mod basically kicking in. So what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna go around the entire city, and I'm going to start deleting a whole bunch of these abandoned buildings. Now, places like Elk Ridge over here, if you look at it, I had a whole lot of low density zoned in this area. This entire area is no longer, suitable for low density, and so I'm going to actually upzone a lot of this area. I'm also going to upzone quite a lot of this space with more of the offices and low rent housing, and then once I'm done with that, gonna fly around the entire city, and we're gonna get rid of all of the abandoned buildings. I love what this mod is doing. It just makes everything look like it's doing something. Anyways, eventually all these high rent icons are going to disappear because the land value is going to be recalculated. Then after that, we're gonna come back to Tyranno Point, where I'm going to change all of the space into a tourist attraction. So I'm trying to get 2 tourist attractions into this town, one right here on this edge and the other one here on this island. This island is going to be terraformed quite a bit. We're going to expand it out a lot bigger than it currently is, so that we can fit what it is that I want to do. And then we're gonna try and get a little bit of height into this space to allow people, I suppose, better views of the landscape. So this mod is going to do its thing. I mean, it's already done its thing, but whilst that is happening, I think we've got a decent enough of an intro to get an idea of what it is that's about to happen. So, and then we gotta start off here in Elk Ridge with all of the zoning and stuff. All right, we shall speak again once all the development is done. Alrighty, welcome back to the future. I don't know, I've always wanted to say that. That's so corny. Anyways, so we are done with the development around here. We've got what is this thing? The Nasinula observation tower. Apologies to all of my Finnish viewers, but yes, I got this tower in. I thought it would be nice to have something nice and tall to allow for beautiful views of the entire landscape in all of its full glory. So I thought I would upgrade this area to have something of this nature, a little bit of height, and we got a couple of these mixed zone buildings here. The idea is that they're supposed to serve as some low-end hotels or something that people could stay in. But yeah, we put some green spaces around it. I think in hindsight, I should have put a path through this area coming all the way down here. But it's not something that I had accounted for. But you know what? Maybe at some point we might readjust it. But yeah, we've got this in. And then over on this side, we got the medieval castle also into play. And I terraformed a lot of this island, got it in, and we also did some development around it to have some shops, yeah, that's the idea. This area is supposed to be shops and stuff that people can buy souvenirs and all that. And in my mind, this medieval castle is probably back in the day where the king stayed. I know nothing about medieval castles. My history is completely horrible. I'm just telling you what in the world was going through my mind as I built this. So over here is where the king stayed, and obviously everybody else stayed on the mainland. And then over on this island, we had a sort of lookout point where the spotters and stuff would sit. So if they see anything funky happening, about to happen, they would alert the castle. So that was the idea. Got the whole place nice and green, which is what I really wanted, for it to have a lot of foliage around it. And similar to this little island here, which I've called Americo, it's got footpaths all around here. This was supposed to have footpaths. I completely forgot. I will do it off camera. I don't think it's anything wow. But the idea is that you could come, you can walk a trail around here, you could walk a trail around here. And since all of the parking is here, what I'm thinking is maybe a small set of little islands that come up here, and then we create a path that sort of crosses the river. So that's something that I'll probably do a bit later, not right now. But I named this Americo, and this was after a comment that somebody left a while back that I misinterpreted. So they had given the name for this place as Americo, and I thought they were referring to the main island, and that was my boo-boo. So I decided I will still name this after their recommendation. The medieval castle island, this is just a district. So if you've got a name suggestion for this area, please do let me know, and we can update it to the name that best resonates. And if you've got a backstory you want to attach to it, by all means, go ahead or try and read it out in the build. And then we got the highway in here. Oh, I love building roads in this game. I think the road mechanics is the best. It is super awesome. I see that cars are trying to do weird turns here. Oh, my bad. And that is my fault. Let's go ahead. Let's just disable right turn. Where is it? There you are. Let's just disable the right turn over. Let's turn on Anarchy. Disabling right turn over there. And part of the reason why I love building the roads is I actually combine it with the Anarchy mod, which allows me to build things at slightly lower heights than the base game allows, which I think makes things look a little bit more realistic. Speaking of the Anarchy mod, I've got that Anarchy mod now running once again. It turns out that the Anarchy mod was the cause of my traffic problems with cars getting stuck and everything. So it was a bug in the version of the Anarchy mod that I had. So I upgraded that to a later one, and now everything is good. But yeah, we've got some nice funky road networks here trying to interconnect a whole bunch of places. And I think all in all, I love the way the road hugs this part of the land and then connects up to this area. The idea is that I might want to do some more development here, so more touristy type things around here. If at some point in the future we get some kind of a tourism DLC or something, we're still working on the city, then we can easily expand the road either in that direction or probably down the coast and then onto that area. But yeah, that's the development. If you look at the city, notice that all of the high rent issues are now gone. So the mod is doing its job, which is fantastic. We are gonna start development around here. We're gonna start expanding over on that side. But before we do that, I've been getting massive traffic problems around here, but I fixed it up by building this new road over here. So before I had a single road that connected up to this point, and the cars coming in, most of them were turning in this direction. They were leading to a backup here, a backup all the way here. So I built this off camera, and I'm gonna leave this to play out over time. I have the benefit of hindsight, so I know this actually solves the problem. So that is quite nice. All the traffic that's going this direction now just flows smoothly. Everything here also flows smoothly now since I turned off right turns around over there. So yeah, that's what I did. I also upgraded a lot of the lanes to 3 lanes all the way through. It's actually 4 here. It then becomes 3 and so on. And I've gone to various places and upgraded them into 3 lanes. Over here where we come back and we join, it stays 3 lanes all the way. So you can see there's a whole lot more lanes happening. But like I said, this is going to clear out. So I just thought I'll show that because I did that off camera. What I want to get done now is to begin the expansion of this area. So the first thing I want to do is that I want to try and get in another tram depot because I want to increase the number of trams that are going to be running on this road as we begin the expansion. And this one does not have enough tram depots for me. It's using 12 or 15, and that's because I lowered the number of trams on each of the routes. So we're gonna start off by getting the first one in, and then we're going to begin the development. The plan is that I'm going to make this blend into this area, so more of a rural vibe, and then we'll have a bit more built up density around this area, and then the town basically is going to completely taper out. One of the things I do want to do is connect up this space into this area directly. So that's going to require me reworking this interchange or this basically this mess over here. I haven't really figured out exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but it's something that is on the back of my mind. All right, let's start off with some basic development and layout here, and then we'll see how the whole place shapes up. Alrighty, let me take stock and explain what I'm trying to do here. So at this point, I'm trying to work out a transition from what is going to be a more densely packed area into the countryside, or rather the farmland area in the low density. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that post this point, I'm not doing any high density development. So these ones around the train station are sort of the last of the bit. And then from here on, I'm going to put mainly farmland, real and fake, all in this space to kind of blend into Dolphin Cove over here. So that's the plan. So I wanted to just get some foundation in that I think can help me achieve that. So this area will be mostly like an office park slash tiny pockets of industry. And then over here, we're going to begin more of the development and then blend this into this area. It will be a mix of medium and low density in most of the spaces. But I think this is a decent enough start in getting all of the blending done. And yeah, we're going to get a school or two in here. That's the plan. I think it's looking all right. At some point, I'll come. Once I'm tired of doing all of the road layout and stuff, then I will come and start doing all of the zoning. But I think I want to plan out most of the roads and have pockets of what I consider my main development in. And then once I'm done with that, I will come and then start zoning in all of these spaces. Okay, so I booted out of the game, came back in, and now everything is super bright. I've just spent the last, 15-20 minutes trying to get my settings back to where they were. My guess is that the game did an update and all my settings got reset, which is extremely annoying because I had adjusted a couple of things which I don't remember, and then I had to go and figure out what I had set things to. Unfortunately, there was a short that I created a while ago about the settings that I used that prevented all the glitches, so I had to go back there, reset all of that, and then I had to go and redo all of my key bindings, which I had set and changed to my liking, and all of that I had to go and redo again. And now, look how bright the game is. There's like some white haze all over the entire map, and it doesn't look anything the same as what it looked like before. This is rather annoying, actually. I honestly don't understand why my brightness has changed. Nothing I do here is going to have, goodness me, I'm opening the wrong thing. Nothing I do there is going to change anything here. Now I've got this bright haze, just this white haze. It's just, I don't like it. It looks like there's just fog everywhere all the time, and there's nothing I can do about the graphic settings. Oh gosh. All right, everybody, we want to continue the expansion. This is like, it's knocked the wind out of me because this I don't like this look. It's not a nice look at all. At all. I had a nice dark green setting at the right time of day and everything, and now it is. I wonder if there's any settings in here that I could use to change this brightness. Oh well, nothing that I can find. I guess bright haze it is. Ugh. All right, so oh gosh. All right, we'll develop this area out in a bit. I think what I want to do is I want to continue with the road layouts in this space, and let's see if I can get some kind of nice layouts going in and around this. I'm trying to not create too many intersections on the, what is this thing? The expressway. But the thing is that if I also don't, it'll put a lot of traffic on the few spots that do have the interchanges. So I might just create one off of here to bring into this area, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So yeah, let's draw out some roads and let's see how we can shape up the space. Alrighty, we've zoned. Man, we have zoned. This whole area has been zoned up. It is building up nicely, and it's sort of a little bit of the density going out into the farm areas. But over here as well, we're gonna keep the sort of blend over here, and then we're gonna then die out the town in that direction and die it out in the direction. I think in between those spaces, I'm going to have probably low density family homes in between here, and then we'll probably have one nice big commercial spot right over here, and then it will just be low density all the way throughout. But yeah, one of the challenges of this game is trying to fit in, something decently looking when you've got a non-grid setup. I also think this also looks a little bit wonky because all of these haven't grown out, but trying to fit in a bunch of houses and stuff when you do not have a perfect grid is tough. You get these sort of weird spaces that you just don't know what to do with. And what I generally tend to do is that I tend to turn these areas into makeshift parks, because even the regular parks look weird when you try and fit them in here. So putting down a bunch of pods and trees all around tends to help a little bit with that look. And then I like to also line the main roads with trees. I figured this offers a sound barrier to all the homes that are in the immediate vicinity of the road. So I'm hoping over time that this place does not completely become, not suitable for these low density homes, and that they will continue to stay. Over here, most of this is going to become office anyway, so I'm hoping that if I can stick in all of the low density houses, we'll get a nice blend that looks similar to that, from high density to low density to high density, and this is just going to continue the mid density in and around. We'll probably have a couple of mid density around the water, since I've got this key stuff set up over here already, so we'll probably do that. But then for the rest of the area, it's just going to be low density. But so far it's turning out all right, blending out the town nicely. And yeah, still not a big fan of this white haze, but you know what, it is what it is. What can I do? We'll keep zoning. I want to put a school probably somewhere here maybe. What if I have a school right up against the main road? How's that going to fit? If we get a school right here, I think that does the job. It works. And then we can go ahead and give it all of the upgrades. Can I fit a field? Because I removed the field from the last one, I wanted to have a field on this one, but it's just so overly sized. It's too big, man. Everything is just too big. Okay, anyways, all right, so we've got the school in. Now we can just get some roads in and around it, and then get some homes and stuff into the space. All right, so it's been a while since I placed the school down, and I booted out of the game and back in, and I've taken note of a couple of things. Is that the simulation is basically grinding to a halt. I mean, look at how slow this thing is moving. And even when I put it on the fastest speed of 3, it is basically just crawling along. So I'm waiting for my weather to change back to summer. Well, it's summer. I'm waiting for the trees to return back to normal. But I couldn't keep waiting. And I've just noticed that the simulation everywhere, like everywhere I go, either the cars have completely disappeared except for this place where there's just ridiculous traffic or wanting to come to this cargo port or cargo harbor. Other than that, everywhere else where the cars are, like this is the highway. Cars are supposed to be speeding down the highway, and everything is moving so slow. If I go to 3 speed, they speed up and then they slow down again, and I have no idea what is happening. So now I've got the simulation basically running at a very, very, very slow pace. I thought maybe something here changed, but it doesn't look like it. And this was since the game update. So since my game updated and I got this weird haze color come back, or well, not come back, but suddenly appear, now the simulation is just extremely slow, and 3 speed really doesn't seem to do anything. It speeds it up and then it just stops again. So now, gosh guys, I don't know what to do, because this is not sustainable for me. And I uninstalled all the mods and tested it out to see if maybe it was related to a mod like the Anarchy one the other time, but doesn't appear to be the case. So I don't know what's going on. They look like they're slowly starting to move a little bit. Actually, no, they're not, because this is the expressway they're driving on. They should be moving way faster than that. Anyways, I want to try and push, see if I can get at least this video to a point where I can release it. And if the simulation continues like this, at the least I'm probably starting something new and having things be nice and smooth whilst I don't know, I wait for things to get sorted, and hopefully this moves a little bit faster. In the meantime, I've been looking at this and I've decided that I do not like all of this height around here. I think it is very out of place. Since I want all of this area to be more of the low density going out into the farmlands, I think it will actually make more sense that I get rid of all of this high density stuff, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're gonna go around the space, get rid of all of the high density. I'm going to replace all of it with low density family homes and probably these smaller row houses, and then thereafter, I don't know, I think I'll probably expand this area and put a lot of the farmlands that I've envisioned in this place, and then I think we shall call it quits for the video. And yeah, we'll see what the next item for the, I don't know, we'll see what the future holds. Let's get rid of these. All right, so we've zoned in a lot of stuff over here, and this is mainly, what's this thing, residential, no, not residential, office and industry mix that is taking place here. So this is the blend from this area into this space, and then from this point I think I'm going to just start building a mix of farms and mixing them up mainly with small tiny industry as well as residential to try and blend out the whole place. The reason why I originally wanted to densify this place because I felt like this avenue going through here deserved a density around it, and that the tram wouldn't run out into the not so developed areas. But I'm figuring, you know what, it's fine, I'm just gonna develop this place out the way I want to develop it. So yeah, we're gonna put a couple of farms and stuff around here, and then I think we will definitely be calling it a day. Alrighty, man. we've got farmlands, people. Oh, I think those look beautiful. I think that looks beautiful. Beautiful. Who said that? I can't even remember. But anyway, I think that looks stunning. And I think building this was so easy. And this is such a beautiful transition into what I would love to build next, which is just a rural like a rural landscape. And I love the mix. This is the nice thing about having the prop line tool. What it allows you to build farmland like this very easily. And I think the transition getting out of here is rather abrupt, but I think it's also fairly realistic, right? Because we go right up to the highway. Just across it, we've got a small little farming community here in Dolphin Cove, and then it goes right into the industrial area. I think that is looking awesome. What I want to do now is, I've been inspired, so I want to extend this out into just this area. And I think if we can cover this area, I think we would have made sufficient enough progress to call it quits for the day. And then when we do return, we'll go ahead and expand in that direction. So let's put a little bit of density here, and then small little farmlands to wrap up the entire space. All right, I think we're done with this area. Cool, I think that blends in rather nicely. I think their farmlands are beautiful. Carrying this out all the way across the landscape, I think will look super awesome. I love those ones that go up the mountain or the hill or whatever. I think I want to create more of those around this area. And I think I thought about using these small ones, but I was worried that they might be too, what's the word? Too small. But looking at it, it's actually not too bad. Heck, let me draw this out. I don't think I want to go any further. It takes time, but I think that is quite all right. I think that blends in very beautifully. We've got beautiful looking farmlands all across this place, and I think it is absolutely stunning. I think this town is blending out quite nicely to the surrounding areas. And continuing this, so now that I've got the line tool and I have an idea of exactly how the farmlands will be built, I can come here and expand this area in the same way and try and blend this space in together a little bit better. And then we'll probably extend it out into the surrounding landscape. But otherwise, everybody, I think this is looking good. I think the decision to bring this down to lower density is a good one. I think this looks way better than having the odd tall buildings that were just sprouting all over the place. So yeah, I think we've done a lot. We've covered a lot of ground, blending things in. Over here, my tongue is failing me. I had wanted to try and fill in this space as well, but I don't know. I think I might be out of time. I'm not sure. I think I'm out of time. But either way, I think this is fine. We officially have what we started with blended in with this town, and I think that is an awesome thing. And then the next bit will be expansion into that area. One of the things I'm thinking about is to carry like the farmlands into a space like maybe this area. I think that would be a nice cool touch. I wonder what that will look like with the farmland sitting just between the two densely developed areas. I think that would be pretty cool, and it's something for the next video. I don't think I'm gonna tackle that today as much as I would like to. So before we call it quits, I think one of the orders of the day is let's get a couple of the stops in so that we have the trains and the trams actually stopping in these areas. So if I grab that, I should be able to drag it to that stop and drag you to, are you the right stop? Yes, that's the right stop. Okay, so that one's connected, the other one is not connected. So let's try that again. It's like it's not updating at all. See that? It's just, wow. I am not sure what is happening now, because it's like it does not want to give me the stop over here. Like, how weird is that? So drag it to that area and it's highlighting, but it does not want to create a stop. Oh gosh. Okay, well then, I'm pretty sure I created a stop somewhere in this area for the trams, but it looks like that is not the case. Let's see if we can get a tram stop right in front over here. So let's get a stop, I'd say here and there, and then we should be able to then drag this over there. Will you stop? Yes, there we go. That added that line. And then the other one, it's like it takes so long for the game to recognize what I'm trying to do. Another thing is, I remember now, thank goodness I finally remembered, that the route for this thing somehow got deleted. So let's get its roots back in from there to the outside world. It's like the game takes, look how long it takes for it to recognize that it needs to create a connection. So I click, I hover over 0, 1, 2, that's a good 2-3 seconds before it registers that it needs to create that connection. Oh man, I don't know if it's because my city is growing. I'm nearing 150,000 population and my CPU really just can't keep up. But honestly, an i9 9900K that's boosted right now at 5 gigahertz cannot keep up with the simulation. I find that extremely hard to believe, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is, people. Everybody, this is it. I think we built some beautiful farms today. I'm really glad with the progress that we made. And in the next video, we'll look at either expanding this, or I might just start something new, because the speed of the simulation is, it's not really tickling my fancy to continue building on. But yeah, I'm definitely not giving up on the city. That's for sure. That's not at all what I'm saying. We will definitely finish out the city, and we might just be taking a jump between it and something new over the coming weeks, months. As you know, the game will get patched, things will improve, performance will get better, and things like this will go away. That I'm pretty sure will happen, so I'm not too stressed. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you've been here a while and you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on the notification so you don't miss a single video when it comes out. Big thanks to all of my patrons and YouTube members for all the extra supports that you show the channel. It is truly appreciated. Thank you. Until the next time, everybody, enjoy the cinematics, and I shall catch you all then. Cheers.